Hello you beautiful bastards on YouTube, it's Fatican here from Weekly Rations, just checking in with a long overdue update. Well, since I last made a video, I think I've probably moved house. I have got all my shit together, hopefully. Got some rooms decorated, got some furniture set up the way I like it. And more importantly, I got a new turntable. Can't really see it properly, but I just recently got a 2010 Technics because of the Project Essential I had that I hated. It was noisy, whirry, grinding gears, the arm fucking didn't sit properly, I just didn't like it. May have accidentally dropped it when I was tipsy from about waist high onto the ground when I was doing a room reorganisation in my old house. So there was a little bit of user error there, but I fucking hated it, and it's my birthday and I just found the cash. I just said stuff it, it's coming out of savings. So I have a nice used Technics 2010 in pretty nice condition as far as I can see. I don't really know how to configure it or anything yet. I just did a quick, very quick setup and it seems to be nice. I'll have a longer look at it at some point in the future. But it is such a tank and it is so heavy. Like, the guy handed it to me and my arms were like this. Whoa! I didn't realise. I used to have a set of cam decks back in the 90s, I suppose, late 90s, when I was into my drum and bass and I was doing a little bit of DJing. And it's some cheap ass cam decks, and you know, you could lift them, the two of them with one hand. I'd never actually owned a Technics myself, so really happy with it. Spend a lot of time researching the furniture market, trying to see if I can fit something in here. The calyx is a bit too big for this little slot that I have. It's currently resting on an amp, which isn't going to do too well for the long run. I replaced my Technics amp because I was convinced it was having issues with the balance and the left channel kept cutting out. Not 100% convinced if it was the amp, it could have been the turntable. So at some point when I get the furniture arranged, I'll maybe bring the other amp in and see if it still works. I picked up a 1980s Onkyo with a built-in tuner, which I actually quite like because it has the tuner built in, one less separate sitting, and you know, the wife can just turn it on and it defaults to classic FM. So maybe just keep the amp for now. So that's really exciting. The turntable is now settled for good, I hope. I can't see myself ever needing anything else. The kids love it. I invented a game with them called Singles, which is basically me taking out a box of my old shitty singles that I don't really care for. Like so, just a box of anything really. And they take turns to pick one out, put it on the turntable. Daddy lifts the arm, of course, and we dance around the living room. So it's good crack. So kids are happy in the new house, everybody's happy, hopefully settled. My bad back's playing up, but I'm sure you don't really want to hear about that. Sciatica is quite sore, so I've done a little bit of stuff today, moving around, so I'm going to take a break, make this video, do some vinyl rips, and get the fuck out of here before the wife comes home. So, moving swiftly on, I wanted to show you some stuff that I've got, I guess, in the last while. So, you know, now that we're settled and you know, the mortgage is being paid off, I'm allowing myself to buy 1 or 2 records a month. So, you know, it's sweet, I can't complain. So, there's a couple of new releases that I've got. This week was released the Sufjan Stevens, Carrie and Lowell. This is actually my first Sufjan Stevens on vinyl. I have pretty much everything on CD. So this is my first record on vinyl, and you know, there's a few of his I definitely want to pick up on vinyl, and a few I'm happy just to own the CD of. You know, I wasn't the biggest fan of his electronic stuff, although I'm starting to appreciate it when I listened to it like yesterday in bed. So this new record is, you know, quite a bereavement record, shall we say. It's to do with, you know, his mum dying and his relationship with her over the years. So it's very deep. And you know, I was lucky to get one of the indie versions, which is a nice clear vinyl version. So I've started to shop. Belfast has a new indie opened about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, and you know, I've been buying there when I can, but I've made a conscious decision now to buy my new releases in there if I can, and not go anywhere near Amazon. Primarily because the guy's really good. You know, he's a Facebook page, tells you what he has in. You can ask to leave it over, and he'll hold it for you for a few days. You know, which is quite good. And you know, Amazon don't pay tax in the UK. You know, don't pay tax probably anywhere. So you know, support the indies is what we say. So you know, this was 17 quid. He'd held it over for me. Amazon had actually shipped my black pre-order for $15.99, so it was like a difference of £1 for the indie shop, which is nothing. And I'm just gonna pass that on to a friend of mine, sell it to him. great record, absolutely amazing. If you like Sufjan Stevens, you'll go and adore it. If you've never heard of him and never liked him, it's an absolutely beautiful record to try. You know, everyone has bereavement and parental issues, so you'll empathise with them on some of the songs. So, I mean, absolutely love it to bits. From the same shop, I also got the new Modest Mouse. Modest Mouse I came on board with quite late, with good news for people who want bad news or love bad news or whatever. It was the first album I ever heard of those, so I don't have anything before that. My friend bought me that one home from Amoeba in LA, so I just figured, you know what, I kind of kept myself low key on this. Just listen to the single Lampshapes on Fire, and it's pretty good. It's really good. It's a Modest Mouse record. It doesn't sound like it's, you know, breaking boundaries for them, but then again, you know, I'm still quite new to them, so I enjoy their sound. So I did a wee vinyl rip of one of the tunes on here that I really like, so I'll get that on my channel soon. So I don't know whether to say go out and buy this, but if you're a fan, I'm sure you'll absolutely love it. And when I was buying Sufjan Stevens, in that guy's record shop, Sick Records, I always like to buy another record, you know, because it's, you know, you're trying to support. So this is Cloud Nothing's Attack on Memory from 2012. This is a really good modern day punk rock record. This is the kind of punk rock, I guess, that I like, as opposed to what did I call it? Ned's favourite boy band punk rock. To me, this is the, I don't know, I don't want to sound too pretentious, but this is the kind of the thinking man's punk, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm a sound like a dick, I probably am. I think Steve Albini produced this, I think. Just absolutely love it. For me, it was the summer that I heard this, I was cycling a lot, and this was my go-to cycling record, you know, because of the, you know, the riffs and the pace of it and whatever else. So I'm a big fan of this record. Their latest record is very similar, perhaps a bit too similar. So I wanted to pick this up just to own this, because I thought this is one that I will like forever, you know. Again, from Sick Records in Belfast, Mark Kozak's Christmas Carol album, which I actually haven't even opened yet because I didn't get it until I think it was January. Christmas was over, so I figured save it for this year. Again, like you can see here that he held it over for me, put my name on it and stuff, you know, what's not to like. So this is Mark Kozak from Red House Painters. I think I definitely will be planning a Red House Painters video soon myself. I seem to be going down the rabbit hole and starting to buy his stuff again, you know, so I have a couple of pre-orders for stuff coming out over the next couple of months. Possibly going to try and get the Record Store Day box set, even though I already own most of them on vinyl. I think I might need some help with that. This record, I'm a big fan of. Like, I don't really like 80s pop that much, you know, I don't really like 80s pop at all, but this really reminds me of like a Ferris Bueller's Days Off kind of soundtrack, and there's a sequence of songs on the second side that my buddy Tom Bennett, I have to send him a message and just see what he thinks, but for me, it's if Morrissey was singing, it would be a modern day Smiths miracle, because they play a couple of Johnny Marr style Smiths songs, and if they're instrumental, Morrissey could just walk in and drop a lyric on it. And like, I have this wee fantasy when I'm cycling listening to this, thinking, oh, if only this guy reached out to Morrissey and said, do you want to do an album? And it would be like the Smiths are back, even though Johnny wouldn't be playing, but they do a really fucking good impression of the Smiths sometimes, in a nice way, you know. The production, I guess, you know, the drums are clear, the bass is clear, everything's really clear in the production. It sounds beautiful. There's a girl who sings on a couple of tunes, and I really, really like her voice as well. But I'm going to do a vinyl rip of one of the songs that I think is a perfect Smith song for his home. So, great record. This is an older one, Damien Jurado, Caught in the Trees. He's a singer-songwriter from the States. From the United, I don't know what part of the United States he's from. This album reminds me of like my first ever MP3 player. It was what do you call it? Big 20 gigabyte thingamajig, a Creative Zen, and I remember owning this, and I must have downloaded a couple albums that were pitchforked or whatever recommended at the time. This is I can't see the year anyway. It's going back a good few years now. And Damien Jurado and Bonnie Prince Billy are the two albums that I must have played on repeat so much on this MP3 player, thinking I was the business, you know, I had a 20 gigabyte MP3 player. And it's not Apple. Fuck you, Apple. Well, because I couldn't really afford an Apple at the time. So I seen this in another local record shop that's really recommended here in Belfast called Head Belfast, and I had some tokens to use up whatever 15 quid voucher. So seen this and I thought, yeah, I really like this album. It's still very strong, so good to have it in the collection. This was an eBay treat to myself. Silver Jews, one of my favourite bands, is sort of David Berman, done a wee bit with Pavement back in the day. This is perhaps, well, okay, this is their best album. This is definitely their best album. Silver Jews, I think it's called The Natural Bridge. So I've never owned this before. I've always just had like a tape copy or MP3s or whatever. And like there's at least 6 of these songs are absolutely perfection, beauty, like, you know, deep and dark and beautiful songs. I'm a big fan. So I also picked up this Silver Jews album, Lookout Mountain, Lookout Sea, which I think is their last one. I think is the last one before they broke up, although those rumours are getting back together. So in December, Tom Bennett was over from the States. He came to Dublin before going over to England to see a Carter USM gig. So I went down for the day, met up with my buddy Tom. We had beers and pie and Guinness and records. So this next pile's all from that time in Dublin. So great Silver Jews record. So I'm kind of getting to the stage now where I might finish Silver Jews, I might buy the other, I think I need another 2 and you know, have their discography. But the problem is some of them I don't like. So there's like more of a lo-fi, really lo-fi tinge to some of them, and it's just garbage, can I say that? So I don't really want to waste the money. So Tom bought me this Johnny Thunders record as a gift when we were down there, and I have played it twice now. It's on beautiful red, and it is really, really beautiful. So this is this is his kind of introduction, I suppose. He wants me to listen to this and become besotted by Johnny Thunders. So it could happen. It is a beautiful stripped back acoustic record, so I do like it. I'll definitely glad to have it in the collection. Picked up Yuck, self-titled first album. This was in the used section for €10, which was amazing. Gatefold with the second record that has a B-sides on it, which is really nice. The XX, self-titled. Great album. Again, what I wanted to have in the collection because I guess I have an emotional memory painting the house before our first child was born. I remember painting the room that the child was going to be going into and on our room and stuff, and getting preparations over a week, and I listened to this kind of much on repeat on Spotify. So, gotta own it. And the last one, Dope on Plastic, which is a throwback to the 90s. This was a trip-hop stoner kind of compilation that came out in the UK. It was very, very popular, I think going up to like 5 volumes. And this saw the first one, never owned it, always had like cassette copies of it or whatever, so felt like it owning this. This is like it's all dubby, trip-hop, smoker bong music, so you know what you're going to get. A couple of quick ones before I have to go and answer the phone. In Dublin I picked up a Camera Obscura 7-inch. Camera Obscura, they're a band that my wife and I really love. Don't own any on vinyl, all on CD because we were buying, I guess, during the CD days. So tempted to start buying their stuff again on vinyl, but it's still quite expensive. It's all 20 quid a pop. So Brand Van 3000 on clear vinyl. Drink It in LA. It's good. LA. It's a good song. It's a good laugh. I got 2 Future Island singles at the gig in start of December. I haven't actually listened to these yet because I'm very much in an album mood. So I don't know what these are like, what albums are off or anything about them. I just basically had €10 spare and I figured get a couple of singles. Nice chatting to you goats. All the best. Bye. So before I got a chance to post up my video, the postman came today, didn't he, son? What did he bring, Daddy? The parcel. What did he bring you? Nothing. So, my buddy Tom in the States had ordered eBay purchase to his house because the shipping was ridiculous to my house. And I said, like, you know, someday I'll send it over when you're sending me a parcel, or I get some more stuff ordered. So it's the books, Lost and Safe. Again, another band that I get into after they've broken up. So this one's probably my favourite. I like all their albums, but this one's definitely my favourite. So seen this for cheap on eBay in the States and couldn't resist. What else was in the bag, buddy? Come on round here. Watch the camera, please. So, wasn't there 2 records? Gentle now. Yeah, show the camera. What colour was this one, Ron?
Green.
Green. And what colour's your one?
I want to take it out.
What colour's your one?
Blue.
Blue. Gentle with the records. So Ron and I he's getting a good vinyl experience, aren't you, son? You like playing records? Yeah.
And also we've got a picture in.
It's not. That's not Mummy. It's a nice letter.
Tom.
Yes, Tom.
And
come on here, they can't see you.
And we need to clean your nose.
They can't see you, the camera's this way.
I can see you.
Alright, get ready to say bye-bye. So,
Bye.
a pretty beautiful tote bag.
Yes, I can see it very well.
Come right here.
Okay. And we need to also blow your nose.
Right. Blow your nose, say goodbye.
Bye.